We're going to go over the worst strength program I have ever seen in the history of the world, and we're going to start right now. Okay, so one of the things I want to cover is like, this is a really bad strength program, probably easily, I would say, the worst I have ever seen in my entire life. But with that being said, I'm going to try to critique it and then move on and try and get progressive with this so that we can take the lesson of why this is bad and build up something better. So we're going to look at this workout and we're going to create a better plan. Now, the big factor when I'm looking at what involves a good strength program is, one, there has to be a clear goal. What is the goal on the day? Are we trying to get stronger legs? You know, we're trying to increase our back squat, or are we trying to increase our front squat? Are we trying to jump higher? Are we trying to run faster? What is the very, very clear goal? The second thing is that I like to look at exercises and the clear thought of progression. Okay, so when I'm looking at movements, I want to see that they make sense in an order. And usually that order for me would be based off of do the hardest technical movements first, then do the movements next that would be involving the most joints, so more absolute strength, and then we would get more into isolation movements. So that's like a clear progressive thought process. I also like to make sure that the reps and sets have a clear thought as well, that there's some flow to it. Oftentimes in our programs, if you're inside of our strength training app, if you're looking for a strength training program designed by a coach who's coached at the Olympics twice, you can head over to peakstrength.app and you'll see we might do 5 doubles and then 1 set of 4 on a clean or something like that. We might do 4 sets of 5 on a bench press and then 1 drop set of 9, something like that. And then we might do like 3 sets of 17 on hypertrophy exercises. Those are examples of like progressive thoughts. So we're going to lift heavier, a little bit more strength work, and then we're going to get into more hypertrophy work. That's the thought process of the reps and sets that you would typically see inside of peak strength, but it's also an example of what I would want to look for in a good system of training. And then we'll get into total number of exercises and flow. I just think that typically I can see in a program, like, what is the flow of this? And the interesting part I'm going to bring up is that when I even have my athletes build a workout, exercises tend to be anywhere from like 4 to 6 exercises in a session, and we're looking pretty good. We're in a pretty good spot. Okay, so I think that tends to be something that I want to look at. Now, I like to take a workout and put it into blocks. So I'll say, like, this is the block for explosiveness. And so that's going to be our technical coordination exercise. That's what we would do first. And then I think next, okay, reps and sets. If we want to work on explosiveness, 2 to 5 reps or 1 to 5 reps, max 5 reps. I would keep it lower than that so that we minimize overarching fatigue within the set. The next phase, okay, now let's try and we can use this period to work on strength. So then we bring in strength. Okay, what are we trying to build up? If we're trying to focus on explosiveness, let's do some contrast method work. Let's make sure that the rest between the absolute strength and the jump movement is enough so that they're able to express enough explosiveness for those exercises during the contrast work. And then we might finish with, these are potential areas that someone might have. You know, if you have a clean and a back squat, maybe their back is a little tight or something at the end of the workout. Let's do some reverse hyper hanging leg raises. It's a classic GS workout. So that's going to be 5 exercises. Now, those 5 exercises with the reps and sets, they're drawn out in a clear progressive manner. There's a goal to the workout and everything sort of flows. The workout that we're looking at, we're going to put up on the screen now. This workout, the first exercise, we are going to be doing 15 reps of power clean. Now, I'm going to provide just a little example here. Let's say that we have a freak. Let's say we have somebody who cleaned 315 in high school. And the one thing I will say, they got this little sign, attitude's everything, pick a good one. Pick a good attitude. So that's why I want to stay more positive here. This exercise, power clean's a great movement. It's an awesome exercise. Now, if you have somebody who can power clean 315 and they're doing 60% of their max for 15 reps, that'd put us at 190 pounds. So they're going to do 190 pounds for 15 reps in one set. They got to do that for 5 total sets. Like 75 total reps of 190 is insane. What's the rest period on this as well? Because then we're looking at a minute and a half, 2 minutes. And then we got to do box squats, 5 sets of 15. And so initially my first reaction, my just really bad visceral gut reaction was, all right, let's just change this. Okay. Let's take that power clean. They want to get 75 reps. That's extraordinarily high. Okay, let's keep it even more than half. Let's just get 30 reps, which is still high. Most power clean workouts are 20 to 25 reps. Okay, let's say 30 just to appease the individual. Actually, no, that's too high. Let's do 20. You do 21, 7 triples. 7 triples of power clean is a high volume workout for power clean. And it's like a third of the reps. And you would be able to use, let's say, something like 80 to 85% of your max on power cleans. And you're looking at a lot of work. It's going to take you about 25 minutes, 30 minutes to get that done. Then we go into box squat. So I'm trying to come up with the alternative here. So we look at box squat. Okay, great exercise. I love it. Absolutely fantastic movement. 75 reps at 60%. Let's say that person that can back squat 315. Let's say they clean 315. What if they back squat 405? Now we're looking at crazy numbers that we're going to do for 75 reps of box squat. Let's change that. Let's go 3 sets of 4, 2 sets of 9. We're still getting the volume in. We got 12 reps plus 18, 30 total reps. That's a lot of volume on a squat. That's a lot of work. Let's say 2 to 2.5 minutes rest. And we can do that. That's going to take us probably another 20 minutes to get done, 15 to 20 minutes to get done. And then we would go into our hypertrophy portion of the workout. Now, this is the interesting part here is they've got shoulder press, 5 sets of 15. They have leg curls or Nordics. Great exercises. Again, they're selecting great movements. Nordics, leg curls, or rollers. I'm assuming where you do like a hip bridge and roller. And then they're doing hip thrusters. Hip thrusters, whatever. I have my qualms about that. The thing I'll give this workout is that at least there's only 6 exercises. At least there's only 6 exercises. That's great. Now, the number of reps is ungodly, horrible, and poorly planned. Somebody's going to get hurt doing 75 power cleans. Probably someone's going to get hurt doing 75 box squats. And then we're doing 75 shoulder presses, which is I'm assuming we're just doing a military press. At least there, we're going to just get a stupid pump on the shoulders. I don't know why the shoulder press is in there. So if you remember back to me looking through exercises and the progression within the workout, I like to factor that in is what are the progressions inside the workout? What are the reps and sets within the workout and the progression and the goal for the workout? So in this case, I'm looking at this. Maybe it's a conditioning workout, but then we're throwing in shoulder press. So I don't know why that's in there. It's just sort of randomly placed. So I would remove shoulder presses. So in this case, let's take out shoulder press. Let's stick with power cleans. Let's go box squats with some box jumps, maybe something like that. We get that work done. And then we go into, let's do Nordics. I like Nordics. Instead of hip thrusts, let's do overhead walking lunges. Again, one of the big factors here is that a lot of coaches and a lot of athletes don't have a very clear, defined understanding of why they should program the way that they do. Okay, so if we can understand a clear goal, a clear progression of exercises, points in the workout with those goals, that's what we do inside of our strength training app, Peak Strength. Head over to peakstrength.app. Download that. If you're a high school football player, if you're a high school basketball player, you want to get stronger, more explosive, run faster, improve your endurance, download Peak Strength and start making those gains in your specific sport. We built this all out exactly for you, specifically for you. So now let's go back into this. If we're going to do, let's say Nordics, I'm going to do Nordics 4 sets of 5 to 7 reps. I'm going to do overhead walking lunges, 4 sets of 7 on each leg. And then let's pair in this last point. Let's do a core exercise. Let's do past the plate. Let's do 4 sets of 12 on past the plate. So now we're taking the worst program I have ever seen, and we're improving it. And we're taking it, we'll say they've got good exercise selection, even though shoulder press is just randomly thrown in there. They don't have a core exercise in there. We're going to put that in there, and we're going to look at this, and we're going to say, hey, let's try and improve this. 7 triples on the power clean, rest about 1 minute to 2 minutes between each set. Then we're going to go box squat to 12 to 14-inch box, 3 sets of 4, 2 sets of 9. You're going to rest, although I don't like doing that many reps for a contrast method, I will say. So I'm doing that, but let's just keep that in the back of your mind. Typically, I would not do 9 reps for a contrast method. So then we're going to do box squat, or box jumps, 5 sets of 3, 5 sets of 2 to 3. Okay, and then we're going to finish with Nordics. We're going to go Nordics, overhead walking lunges past the plate, 4 sets of 7, 4 sets of 7 each leg, 4 sets of 12. Now we've taken this program, we've put the peak strength edge on it, we've cleaned it up, we've fixed it, we've made it better. Make sure you're following the rest periods. Do this workout today. It's going to be a really good workout. Make sure you're getting enough protein in. You're going to feel better. You're going to work on that explosiveness, increase that back strength, and improve your hamstring strength while getting more shredded with your abs. Because remember, freaks, if you want to become a champion, you've always got to cultivate your power. Peace.